Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures. Currently camped on this amazing bluff line in the San Rafael Swell of Utah. In this video, I want to introduce you and do a full walkthrough of what has become my all-time favorite rooftop tent. Now, is it perfect? No. There are some issues. One of them being price and a couple little things that that they left out, I think. But hands down, it is my favorite rooftop tent of all time. And I say that having owned now 11 different rooftop tents. We started with the 23-0 Walkabout soft shell rooftop tent. Then we moved to a bunch of hard shells. If you're new to the rooftop tent game, hard shell is the way to go. Hands down, worth the money to get a hard shell. We had 3 different Global Road Outdoors fold out clamshell style rooftop tents. We had the iCamper Sky Camp Mini 2.0. We had the Sky Camp 3.0 in the full size Sky Camp. We had a number Global Road Outdoors Aegis Wedge. I had the iCamper BDV. Love that tent. Briefly had the Top Oak. That's a fantastic budget tent. Got this, and now we have, we also have that, which kind of counts as a rooftop tent. Not really. Yeah, Kara's chilling over there. I'm counting that as one of the 11 rooftop tents. So, why is the Intrepid Geo 2.5 my favorite of all of them? Let me show you. The Intrepid Geo line of tents, they actually come in 3 different sizes. This is the 2.5. They have a solo and a 3.0, which is even wider for like a full-size truck. But it's the only wedge rooftop tent on the market that does that. And this bend completely changes how much space can be in a wedge rooftop tent. The interior of this thing is so much greater than any other wedge I've ever slept in. Let me finish setting this up, because not only does it have the bend here, but it also has a kicker here to expand this out. Most wedge rooftop tents just have, the flat plane here and then an angle down, basically just like you see here. And it creates a very quick setting up tent. But once you're inside, you are very cramped. And if you're tall like me, 6'1", you basically have no foot room. You have to sleep curled up in a traditional wedge rooftop tent when you're tall like I am. So let me finish setting this up, and then we'll talk more. It has 2 bungees on it, just like this one, that help pull it in when you're closing it up, which is super handy. And this bar pushes out and so much headroom in here. It's absolutely incredible. Come on up. So first of all of my bedding is in this tent. I can even put my pillows and the ladder in here, which I'll show you at the end of the video. But I have a nice thick down blanket. I have a quilt. I have a top sheet, and I have a fitted sheet. All of this stays in here full time. So once you're in the tent, you can see I can get on my knees, and I still have headroom here to change clothes, do whatever. There's actually so much room in here. I have set up, I've folded the mattress back and set up a chair and a table just to get away from bugs so that I could work in this tent. There's that much headroom, and there's that much space in here. And with this design, the other thing this allows you to do is not be locked in to sleeping with your head down here by the window. that with this, I sleep this way. I don't have my pillow up here. But yeah, I sleep with my head down here, which is awesome because in the morning, I lean up and boom, I get to look out over the view of my campsite. I don't have to sit up and then turn around. I just get to sit up and then boom, out the big massive windows on both sides. The big window here in the front. Heck of a view here. So some more of the features that you see here. It's got 2 vents here at the top. These, you can see, it's got a little Velcro bar up there that support that open, just to provide ventilation here. It's got the skylights. I've got this one closed, so you can see what that looks like closed. That one's open. So if you don't want to have the sun coming through the skylight there, you don't have to. I actually like to leave them open so that I can see the stars at night and all that stuff. It's got little hooks and little tabs all over the place so that you can hang lights, hang things. I actually tied a string here between these two. Pockets on both sides, so you can tuck that back there. It's got a pocket this way. It's got a zip up pocket here to put phones and whatnot. Same thing on this side. The roof of this is fabric, and it's only attached to the roof right here with their nameplate. So this does create kind of a nice little insulation barrier here with allowing air to get in there. It does work very well, and it does come with the anti-condensation pad here. And so far, as far as the floor goes, I've never had any condensation under my mattress or anything. As you can see, the material is a blackout material. All the seams are very well sealed. I have never had any issues with rain in this thing. So far, we did a count. I've slept in this tent at least 12 nights. That is me solo with the dogs, Kara and I with the dogs, and plenty of room up here. It's for the 2 of us, 2 adults, 2 dogs. You could very easily fit 2 adults and like a small child in here. If you need anything bigger than that, then obviously you'd have to get a bigger tent. But for the solo traveler, for the couple, this tent has been absolutely perfect for us. Here in the front, you've actually got 3 screens. I got these 2 rolled up, but you've got the mesh, and then you have a just a normal cover that zips down. But then you also have a clear plastic option like this. So if you don't want the wind to come in, but you want the view, you can roll the clear plastic down and have the best of both worlds. And over each window, there is this little rain kicker. Let me see if I can get out here and show you a little better. So it does have this little small awning. So when it is raining, the rain does kind of come and doesn't fall directly here on the tent. This does allow it to come out just a little bit. So you do have a little awning with this tent, which is better than 95% of all wedge tents on the market today. All right, let's go through the specs. The tent is only 7 inches tall when closed. So 7 inches tall, 55 inches wide, and then 88.5 inches long, which if this were a regular rooftop tent, there's no way my feet would make it to the end. But in this tent, there's ample room at just 88.5 inches long. My iCamper BDV was 90 inches long, maybe a little bit more than that. And I just touched the fabric at the end of it. So this one being the shortest rooftop tent that I've ever had, has the most room, which is crazy. And what absolutely blows me away with this tent is that it's only 155 pounds. I haven't figured out the voodoo and the magic that they used to to get 155 pounds. My iCamper BDV, which in the way it was constructed, it should have been incredibly lightweight, and it was at 175 pounds. There are many wedge tents on the market that blow past the 200 pound mark. I know OVS, if you've been following along with Trail Recon, Brad's new OVS tent, super awesome tent, checks off a lot of boxes. That thing weighs 250 pounds. So how they managed to make this cavernous, massive space of a tent, and it's only 155 pounds, is crazy to me. I know they use a honeycomb aluminum in the top and the floor, aluminum construction all around. Stainless steel is used in the struts, but they did it. Yeah. So probably, with the exception of like the new ultralight tents that basically have no structure to them whatsoever, the new ultralight tents, for like a legit wedge, this is going to be the lightest weight option on the market. So two other things that are absolutely awesome about this tent that I think every rooftop tent manufacturer should include. One, angled steps on the ladder. If you have ever climbed a rooftop tent ladder that does not have angled steps, and most of them don't, you know how painful that can be if you're not wearing shoes. These are angled. Now, my ladder does have to come out at more of an extreme angle than anyone else's is going to have to, because I've got this box that I have to get around. So, but even at this angle on my ladder, these angles make it a lot more comfortable to climb up and down barefoot, or in socks, or you know, just slippers. So, love the fact that this is angled, and the only rooftop tent I've ever seen with this. Let's see, I don't know if you can see that or not. This is a cord pass-through to run power up in your tent. So I've got a little cord coming from my aux batteries in the back, and they go up here to my USB hub. So I have USB power in my tent at all times. So I keep a phone charger and my Apple Watch charger. And if I need to, you know, charge my laptop or my iPad or anything else up here, lights, whatever, I've always got power in my tent. And they not only include it on the passenger side, right there, but there's one on both sides. There's one right there too. Now, one thing that's kind of quirky, but also kind of cool about this tent is how the windows work, because the doors, they're not like most tents that either zip down from the top and just you have all the fabric here, or they zip up and you have to roll them up every time. These actually go from the side. So you've got two zippers here on the mesh, and to get in, you go that way, and you go this way, and then you can push them inside, you can push them outside, but it creates a nice open space. You don't have to deal with the fabric down here, you don't have to deal with the fabric bunch up here at the top. It's kind of cool. Now, on this one, when I first got it, I thought, okay, that's awesome, but you know, I need to be able to vent it, you know, and have ventilation in here. So this has actually two more zippers that you can then zip up and around and be able to vent the tent. So 1, 2, 3, 4 zippers on this outer piece, which is confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really awesome to have that feature. And if you want to just have, you know, the screen and not have this piece, and you know, because it's a nice cool night, probably like how we're going to sleep tonight here at camp, you're thinking, well, now this is just going to be flapping around. Well, nope, they thought of that. So Let me see. Let me move over here on my tire. See if you can see this. So right here, there is a little pass-through window, and you can take this and tuck it through here. And then that secures behind one of these pockets out of your way. Zip that down, and now you just have the mesh. So I think that's brilliant. It's like, it seems a little complicated at first, but once you figure it out, I absolutely love it. You don't have to deal with, the rolling up the fabric and then climbing over it, or rolling it up here, and I just think that's awesome. All right, now let's get into the cons, because like I said at the beginning, this tent is not perfect. One of the great things about this tent is the latches are very beefy, and there's two of them here on the sides because it's got a clamp just right to pull that hinge section down. My gripe with it is that this is one of those designs, kind of like iCamper uses, where you have to have a key to get into the tent. Which, for security and stuff, nice feature to have if you like that. I hate it. Hate having to keep up with the key to get into the tent. So what I've done is I've just gone in here, and it's just held on by a little bolt right there, and I removed it. So now mine no longer requires having a key, and that makes me happy. The other thing, and this isn't a huge deal, but the lip on these latches, see that right there? If you are running an awning, like I am on the driver's side, this latch will hit the awning. So see, that's a problem with this tent if you're using it with an awning. So I took a Dremel and I shaved off that little lip so that and removed the lock on this side too. So now that clears my awning, and it's not a problem. I think for the next generation they need to redesign this latch to not have the lip, because it opens really easily. It's never been an issue for me to need that lip to grab it. So just know, if you are going to run this tent with an awning, that's going to be an issue. All right, the next issue with this tent isn't really with the design or anything. It's in what it does not come with. It doesn't come with a ladder bag or a boot bag. A boot bag is optional. It is an optional purchase. It is actually a very nice big boot bag, but it doesn't store the ladder. And the whole purpose of being able to have a rooftop tent like this is that you can store your ladder inside. Well, these things get dirty, walking up and down, and you need a ladder bag in order to store your ladder up in the tent. And Intrepid didn't even make one. They have heard us. Several of us have told them that this is a glaring issue, and they are in the works of making a ladder bag. So in the meantime, I bought iCamper's ladder / boot bag. So my ladder does fit in here very nicely, and it has storage for all the shoes and stuff. So I had to go buy this, and it works really well. But Intrepid doesn't have one of their own, which is not good, especially considering how much the tent costs, which leads me to really the final con to this tent. The Geo 2.5 is $4,295. Hands down the most expensive rooftop tent I've ever owned. But for my use case, for how often I sleep in these things, for how I can use this as really a mobile office with a chair and a table and being able to work up there, and how lightweight it is. I'll let you be the judge. Whether or not something is worth it is totally subjective. When I first saw this, I knew this is the rooftop tent I wanted when I saw it last year, and I didn't care. But full disclosure, Intrepid did send this to me for me to use and review. So I am very appreciative of that. If they hadn't, yeah, I probably would have paid for it, because it's just that good of a tent. Now, even though they don't have a ladder bag, they do have a host of accessories for this thing, including a boot bag. They've got storage pockets on the inside, which I should have when I get home. They've got a netting for the top, so you can stuff pillows and stuff in there. I'm not getting that. I don't need it. But I think these are cool. These are just little hooks that slide, that just pop in. They're all fabric there, and they slide in the T-tracks here. So you can hang a bag. I've got a different eyelet here that I use to sometimes hang my bathroom bag from. I've got this one here. These are ones that I added because since they're T-track, they take typical T-track T-nuts, which is awesome. This is for my awning to secure. I've got another one of their little lightweight slidable ones here to hang like kitchen light or different things that I've used this for in the past to hang my kitchen tools and stuff like that from. It's just handy to have little eyelets to hang things from. One other thing I forgot to tell you, the mattress. The mattress that comes with this is like every other rooftop tent on the market. The mattress is nothing special. If you love a firm, very thin mattress, then it's great. I have never found a rooftop tent mattress that I liked. So, as with every other rooftop tent I've owned, I pulled the mattress out immediately and replaced it with one of those inflatable memory foam mattresses. So that is what I'm running in here. I'm happen to use the iCamper version, but the ones on Amazon, Lost Horizon is the brand that I used in the past. No difference between, I would not pay $500 for the iCamper mattress when you can pay $150 on Amazon for the Lost Horizon mattress. I'll put a link to that mattress down there. But these inflatable memory foam mattresses in your rooftop tent, total game changer, absolutely worth it. So that's what I'm running up here. All right, well, I think that covers just about everything. Let me get the ladder, put in the ladder bag, and let me grab my pillow. I'm going to put them up in the tent and show you how nice and neat everything closes up in there, so that when I get to camp, all I got to do is open it up and, in my case, inflate the mattress, and I'm ready to go. Ladder. And boom, absolutely love this tent. I'm curious about your thoughts after seeing it. You've been seeing me use it in a lot of my recent videos. I love it. You may see me review other tents on the channel in the future, but you will see me using this on all my adventures. So that should say a lot. I have the option to run a lot of different rooftop tents. This is the one that's going with me on all the adventures because it's just so incredible. So let me know in the comments what you think. Price too high? Too many things not included, like the boot bag? the no ladder bag, that's huge. The space, the space is what did it for me, and the design. And to answer your question, no, never have I gotten any type of water or rain or anything inside this tent. And I have used it in the rain. It's obviously driven long distances in rain. Never had any water get inside. So that's a huge thing, because I know that's the first thing people think of when they see that hinge is like, water's going to get inside. That's not gonna be watertight. It actually is. And if something ever happens to that seal, it's easily replaceable. You can buy a replacement seal for it. Just slide it right in. Boom, you're good to go. So let me know in the comments what you think. Like, subscribe, please. You see this amazing campsite that we're at. This is toward the end of what is an epic 5-week adventure, mostly around the Pacific Northwest, now in Utah, heading into Colorado tomorrow. So be sure and come back for all that awesome content. And if you like what we're doing and you want to consider supporting the channel, check out the Patreon link in the description. You get access to special content, special events, and all of our GPS data, like this epic campsite. So, and for all of our merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time.